Airsoft GI would like to thank our sponsors.
Hey, what's up GI TV? I'm Daniel. I work at the walk-in store and I'm very excited to be here today because we are doing a review of the Magpul PTS PDR. I am so stoked. I have been waiting for this gun for over a year and I'm so excited to have it in my hands. So first of all, a little history about the gun. Magpul Industries designed this gun back in 2006, and when they were creating the gun, the idea that they had in mind was to fill this unique gap between a rifle and a pistol. And they wanted it specifically for tank drivers and pilots and servicemen and women that may not be in the combat role but want something a little bit more powerful than just a standard pistol M9 or something like that. The real gun never went into full production, but luckily Magpul PTS actually picked up the project and made the Airsoft gun. So a few years later, we have this beautiful baby. So for Airsoft, this is a very unique looking gun. One of the main reasons for that is it utilizes the bullpup style design. What that means is we have the pistol grip and the trigger mechanism up in the front of the gun, but we actually have the magazine located in the rear. That means that the inner barrel actually starts way back there, way back over here, and goes for most of the length of the gun. That keeps the gun very compact, very small and mobile, but you still have a good amount of range and accuracy. The inner barrel length is actually going to be very similar to a CQB M4, but is dramatically smaller than a CQB M4. Now there's other airsoft guns on the market that are definitely similar in size. The P90, for example, was one of my first guns and I picked it up because of the very similar features. But one of the major advantages that the PDR has is STANAG mags. This utilizes normal M4 magazines, which is a great improvement over the P90. I love my P90 to death, but one of the problems was those big bulky magazines that you had to load from the top. Now, if you have a lot of M4 magazines, you can pick this guy up and you're going to be good to go. Just a heads up guys, we have been using this gun for a little while and not all M4 magazines are compatible. I know P mags are good to go and G&G mags are good to go as well, but just to give you guys a quick heads up on that. Alright, moving on to the features of the gun, we are going to have fully ambidextrous controls, such as the magazine release. This is actually located in the exact same location as an M4, and Magpul designed it specifically that way, where if you're familiar with M4s, you can drop that magazine out very easily and very quickly. So that is mimicked on the left and right side. We do have a charging handle that is also ambidextrous, that is just merely aesthetics and has no function. The other cool thing that Magpul PTS added into the Airsoft version is the ejection port that can actually be switched from side to side. In real life, the real gun would be ejecting brass shells, and so the ejection port would need to be switched from the left or right side where you don't want brass shooting in your face. So this is also aesthetics, but it's kind of a cool, authentic feature that Magpul PTS added into the gun itself. The other cool feature that the Airsoft version does have, at the bottom of the gun itself, it does have a spring release button. When you press that, that is going to release the tension on the spring on the inside, keeping your gun as healthy as possible. We do have a very adjustable hop-up, which is going to be located right underneath the cheek rest. To access that, you're going to press a little button on the back of the rail, release the cheek rest, and your hop-up adjustment is going to be right in there. Now this gun is going to work very similar to a Glock in the fact that it does not have a switch safety, but it does have a trigger safety. It's also going to have a two-stage trigger, meaning when you pull the trigger back halfway, that is only going to be semi-automatic, firing one shot, but when you pull it back all the way, it is going to fire in fully automatic. Alright, now as awesome as this gun is, and as much as I love it, I do have a few minor gripes about it. First of all, the battery compartment. The battery compartment is probably the smallest I've ever seen when it comes to Airsoft. The battery is going to be hidden in the pistol grip itself, and you do have to remove this end cap to access it, and you're going to have to use a 7.4 LiPo. I don't see any way whatsoever for a nickel metal hydrate to fit in there. Also, talking about the grip, it is relatively small, where I have smaller sized hands, and I can get my hands around it pretty comfortably, but you can see that half my pinky is starting to slip off on the side. So if you do have bigger sized hands, just a heads up that this gun is very, very small and compact. Alright, so this is just a sample of the PDR, but it's very close to the final production model. We did chronograph the gun to be shooting around 350 FPS. The gun also does come with a quick spring change feature. What that means is you can actually change the spring very quickly to have a higher or a lower FPS as you desire. The internals of the gun have actually already been taken apart by myself and Frank, and we have uploaded another video on that. So look in the description below for a link to that video where we just talk entirely about the internals of the gun. This gun is ready for pre-order on our website at airsoftgi.com for $380. I know I am personally going to pick up one of these as soon as I can, and I cannot wait. So this has been the review of the Magpul PTS PDR. I'm Daniel. This is GI TV. Thanks for watching, guys.
Airsoft GI would like to thank our sponsors.
Hey, what's going on, man? No, I just got back into town. Yeah, I got this head cold thing going on. Oh, no, yeah, I got it right here. Hang on. Okay, so yeah, run over the deal with me again really quick. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so basically I buy a CQR Mod 1 and I get a gun bag for around $13 or so. Okay. I don't know, I feel like I could spend $13 a ton of different ways. No, on second thought, we should definitely get the gun bag. That's going to be a much better choice, so we'll go with that one instead.